Virtual learning is a term heard so much this year, but we all know 2020 is anything but normal. You can see it's pretty sturdy. You've probably seen signs along the highway promoting a mosquito-free summer. A Minocqua Child Care Center has around 75 students enrolled, with more than 100 families on the waiting list. Danner's Shoe Store here in downtown Rhinelander has been in the Danner family for over 90 years. It's one thing learning about a financial budget, but it's another thing actually putting it all together. That's right, Nate. I'm here at the Eagle River Ice Castle. If you are a longtime resident of the Northwoods, you might notice it's a little taller this year. Make sure you check all four every time there's a significant temperature drop. You can always sign up to volunteer and spend a few hours with these little guys. With the ski lift, so that the hundreds of people who showed up today could have one last positive ride for 2020. However, everything you see here behind me will be included in the sale. Appearance in Oneida County Court today. He was arrested on Monday by his own employer. Right. The idea comes from Ulrich's years of experience in the newspaper industry. The structure that used to be behind me was not compliant with city ordinances, but a select few have septics, and they have to run a hose to keep their pipes from freezing. Delta will no longer be the only airline like being around a lot of people, and you can do it safely. Ski kits, and there's donut kits where you can decorate them yourselves. You have to act like you're a part of nature, so be quiet and use your senses. Add a coach of some sort, whether it be for soccer, basketball, or debate club. I'm here to kind of ask you about some of the new trends you guys are seeing. Ended up getting most of them right and won the entire thing. Probably about at least 50 to 100 people were lined up. They're now inside, but I'm outside here with store manager. I was previously a track and field athlete, and let me tell you, those hallways are not ideal for the hurdles. Morning, Peter. That's right. I was outside the dome. Now I'm inside the dome, where I've already seen community members playing pickleball. 10 families are gathered here behind me in a socially distanced circle. No, 2020 is over. The Lights of the Northwoods is looking to bring the new year in with fireworks.
News Watch 12's Morgan Johnson joins us live in studio with more. Morgan?
Dan, it's tough to come across a traditional book bindery, but Florian Bieschke of Arbor Vitae has a passion for repairing old books to make sure the story inside is never lost.
This thing is addictive.
Bookbinding, something not many people do anymore, and maybe something you've never even heard of.
If you're a book lover, that's one thing. But if you're a constructivist, you like to make things, that's a whole other thing.
Florian Bieschke is one of the few bookbinders left in Wisconsin.
Fresh for you from 1872.
As you can imagine, he likes doing it.
I have hundreds of tools. Hand tools for doing decoration. I can't get enough of them. I love them. I love all this stuff.
Thousands of books have been binded by Bieschke in this small hut. He says almost all of bookbinding is working with your hands, and each book tells a different story.
And that's what it is with people with books. The book has become an object in its own right. And it's no longer that, okay, there were 450 of them. No, this was Dad's. This was Grandpa's.
Like most stories, rebinding a book is full of adversity.
You're going to mess up. That's not important. Things are going to happen. That's not important. What are you prepared to do about it? That is what's important. Do you have a plan?
Through constant challenges, Bieschke is always learning new things.
There's so much more that I wish I had time to learn.
Retirement doesn't appeal to Bieschke. What does appeal to him is the craft of taking each day one book at a time.
The original plan was to quit at 75. I'm not sure that's a good plan. That's only 2 more years.
If you have an old book that needs repairing, you can contact Bieschke, but you might have to wait. He has a long list of books to do first. Back to you, Dan. Until his current job, Andrew Meskel didn't think he could love making drinks.
Just absolute passion now.
At the Craftsman American Tavern in Eagle River, Andrew is used to making popular drinks over and over. but he never gets tired of it.
Our Wild Blue mules are #1.
The Craftsman opened in 2020, and from the beginning, it was a hit.
Right away. I mean, we opened obviously at a very strange time, but it still, either way, ended up being a massive success the first summer.
The Craftsman opening is part of a bigger trend that Eagle River is seeing. A lot of these downtown Eagle River businesses were empty up until just a few years ago, right when the pandemic hit.
Over the last couple of years, Eagle River has been blessed with new businesses starting up in the downtown area and throughout Eagle River.
While the pandemic put other businesses in jeopardy, Eagle River flourished.
I think we've actually increased the traffic in that area because we have had more businesses come to town.
Karen Margolovsky works with the Eagle River Revitalization Program. She believes the town has something for everyone.
Everybody is really excited, and sometimes it's hard to have that good mix. You know, sometimes there's a lot of touristy type businesses added, and sometimes there's more focus towards the locals. With this, we have a variety for both.
Karen says the amount of businesses that recently opened, over 25 to be more specific, are helping the community come together after a long 2 years of the pandemic.
So we got some wild blueberries going in here.
Andrew sees that firsthand. He knows that if the restaurant could make it through a pandemic, there's only good things to come.
The Eagle River community is an extremely open and accepting community, at least it has been to me. Pretty much anybody can walk into a place and be greeted with open arms, and that's really the #1 thing for me.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Eagle River, I'm Morgan Johnson.
To me, it's just like, it's an opportunity to practice my work.
Work.
So I hope people enjoy it.
More like a work of art. Julie Ryan is a professional artist from Rhinelander. Her career in art has taken her all over the world, but she returned home during the pandemic and brought along her creativity and imagination. This week, Ryan gave a few downtown Rhinelander stores a touch of festive flair.
Tilly's puts up bows that go across the windows, and so I use that as an inspiration to carry the holiday season theme.
Her window art is inspired by what's around her.
These are based on coffee beans for the coffee shop, and then these are winter berries and different types of pine and pine cones.
Ryan says glass is a good material to work with.
Glass is very forgiving, so you can make anything and it's temporary, and then you can wash it away. So I'm like, I want to do this.
She wants people to walk by to get a different perspective.
Depending on the light and the weather, it just like pops. I think it's alluring, and because you see partially in and partially out, it has different perspective whether you're inside or outside. It's subtle.
For Ryan, a blank space like a window is an opportunity for something new and different.
I mean, I like art. I mean, like anywhere, you know, like I look across the street and I see this like empty space, like, like that could be something.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Rhinelander, I'm Morgan Johnson.
These are really active places in downtown.